Good evening, football fans. Good evening, football fans, and welcome back to another edition of Henley Football. We bring you tonight's coverage from Thurston High School, just outside of Eugene in Springfield, Oregon. The Hornets have traveled 170 miles in their first away game this season. The Hornets enter the competition tonight undefeated with a record of 1-0. Thurston also enters this game undefeated in league play with a record of 2-0. I'm Walter Hartley, joined by Kevin Petrick with analytical insights and Josh Eldridge on the camera. So, both teams entered tonight's game coming off of confident wins last week. Henley coming out of a 34-7 win against defending 4A state champions Marist.
Yeah, Walter, Henley really put it all together last week. You know, it was their first game. Marist had already played a couple games, and you could tell as the game went on, Henley just got better and better, and that's what we're going to look for tonight. Henley's got a lot of experienced kids, a lot of seniors. They're kind of mixing in some of those younger guys, and they had a good effort last week. Defense, we thought, played great, and offense was able to get into the mid-30s. So should be a good test tonight against Thurston.
All right, and Thurston is also coming off of a confident win, 47-6 against Eagle Point. Looking at Thurston's offensive stats, they seem to master both the run game and the pass game with 174 rushing yards and 193 passing yards in that win against Eagle Point.
Yeah, we know in their two wins, they've scored 47 and 48. So they can score a lot of points. In their loss, they scored 6. So if Henley's defense, they're going to watch that defensive line. If they can continue to dominate a little bit, then they might be able to control the game. But you don't want to get in a shootout with these guys. They can score.
All right, so look for Henley on the defensive side.
Yeah, Henley defense is playing very well. They're going to need that tonight. Okay,
we'll be right back with a look around the state and checking on more other Basin schools. Coin toss and kickoff are right around the corner. We'll be right back on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
As a parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the Basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Welcome back, football fans, to Henley Football, brought to you tonight from Thurston High School in Springfield, Oregon. Let's take a look at the league standings for both of these teams and at what the other Basin schools are doing tonight. So for Henley's conference, we've got Marshfield, 3-0 overall. They're ranked first in the conference. They're 0-0 in league, so none of these teams in this conference have played league games. They've scored 135 to 52 against their last 3 opponents. Henley's ranked number 2 in the Skyline Conference, 1-0. and has outscored their last opponent, Marist, 33-7. Mazama, 1-1, outscored their opponents got outscored 40-74. Then to round out the conference, North Bend and Hidden Valley come in 4th and 5th respectively. For Thurston's conference, Thurston is ranked number 1 overall in the conference and number 8 in coaches poll in the state. They're 3-1 overall, 2-0 in league standings, and have outscored their last opponents 102-58. Churchill, coming in just behind them, are 2-1 overall with 1-0 in the league. They've outscored their last opponents 75-44. North Eugene, Crater, and Springfield come in 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the Special District 4 standings for 5A. And for the Oregon State 4A coaches poll, Cascade comes in number 1. Henley comes in 2nd. Tillamook comes in 3rd. Scappoose comes in 4th. And Staten rounding out in 5th in the state in coaches polls for 4A. For 5A coaches polls, Summit is in 1st. Mountain View is in 2nd. Silverton is number 3rd. Wilson is 4th. Dallas is 5th. And as we mentioned before, Thurston is 8th in those standings. And looking around the basin tonight, we've got Bonanza at Bandon. Cross Point is playing Tule Lake in Tule Lake. Klamath Union is at South Umpqua tonight. Mazamas is at Sisters. Lost River is facing Gold Beach at home. And Chillican will travel to Country Christian tomorrow to play them for a Saturday game. So we'll be right back with a more in-depth analysis of both Henley and Thurston with coin toss and kickoff right around the corner. We'll be right back on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley football as they face the Thurston Colts in their first away game tonight. Last game we saw Joe Janey lead the team in rushing with 160 rushing yards and 230 all-purpose yards. He had a great game.
Yeah, you know, you talk about all the stats and everything, but when coaches are scheming and they know Joe Janey and they're looking to see how they can contain him, how they can stop him. If you can get away with not assigning someone to him, that's a good thing, but that's usually not the case. You kind of have to keep a spy on him. He had a lot of all-purpose yards. He can run, he can throw, makes good decisions. I like last week, his first throw of the game, he threw an interception, and he's one of those players, you know, he won't do that again. So, you know, he cleans that up in a hurry. He's really a good player, one of the best in the state, and so it'll be interesting to see how Thurston handles him tonight.
We also saw some great action from other players on the Henley team, such as Brunick and Reyes. Brunick was second on the team in rushing with 101 yards, and Reyes had 75 yards on punt returns alone.
Yeah, he showed his speed. He was dinged up last year a little bit, Reyes was, and I've been hearing about him in camp. He did great over the summer, so he had a good game. And then Jeremiah Brunick, he's one of those three backs we'll see kind of rotate, but he seems to be the lead back. He's a hard runner. I think his speed has stepped up a little bit, and he's really taking his game to the next level. He's doing a nice job.
Okay. From Thurston, we saw QB Emmett DiStefano last game throw for 145 yards with a completion rate of 61.5%. Brody Bonar seems to be his main receiver as he averages 119 receiving yards per game, making him third in receiving yards for all of the 5A division in Oregon. On the rushing side of their offense, they have Justin Fisher, who is third in all divisions of the state for rushing yards, averaging 141.5 yards per game. According to the coaches' poll, Henley is ranked second in the 4A classification, and Thurston is ranked 8th. So we have a top-ranked 4A school playing a top-ranked 5A school. This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, we have some good athletes. We talked about this last week against Marist. When you have teams ranked this high and they're playing this well, you're going to see a lot of good athletes and good football. So you got to cut down on the mistakes. You make mistakes, and most of the time the opponent will take advantage of those mistakes. So we'll see who can kind of clean up their game, play penalty-free, and not turn the ball over.
Right, we talked about last time the first opponent is always yourself. You want to make sure you can overcome your own mistakes before you face the team.
Right, and I think we're going to see, I think balance is the key offensively. It looks like Thurston's a pretty balanced team. They can run and throw. Henley will try to get you in third down and long, and we'll see how Thurston deals with that as well. Henley needs to stay with their balance too. They can call any play, execute the play, run or pass, and we'll see how Thurston's defense handles that.
Right, and we talked about Henley defense earlier. We talked to the Thurston coach, and he said that their linebacker core is exceptional, and he's going to try and make a game play against that. They forced 11 punts last game against Marist, 10 of them consecutively.
Yeah, what I thought was great was, you kind of want to have pressure on the quarterback, and you want to have good defense in the backfield against the receivers, and Henley was able to do both of those things at the same time. When you do that, you're going to make it very difficult for your opponent to get any kind of offense. So that's what happened last week, and we'll see if Henley can pull it off again.
Okay, it looks like Henley to kick off. The ball is kicked far and into the end zone. The catch is made by Ronan Wright, and he'll bring it up the right sideline down to the 18. Bringing up 1st and 10. Great field position to start on defense for Henley. Not great for Thurston.
Looks like Matt Carter in on the tackle for Henley. And that was pretty good special teams coverage there. Henley special teams, they were good last week as well. Did a lot of things right. And Marist will have a pretty long field in front of them, 1st and 10 to start this game.
That's right. We saw that kickoff. That was a huge kick. We saw number 5, Baker for Thurston. He kind of caught that over the shoulder like a receiver would catch a long ball.
Yeah, he was in the end zone. He could have downed it, but tried to run it out.
And we see Thurston take the snap, fired over to the left sideline. He'll bring it up to the 26th yard line. That's Bonar with the catch.
He's had a couple big games. If you average over 100 yards a game, you're doing something right. So nice little pickup. They got about 5 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5. DiStefano takes the snap, rolls out to his right, He'll throw on the move through the hands of Henley, and they're not able to come down with that interception.
Thurston has decided to come out and throw a couple times to start the game. That was good defense from Henry Four, defensive back on the near side. He was right in position. Really no chance for Thurston to make that catch, and we're looking at third down.
Okay, as we were talking about earlier, Henley's defense being exceptional as always, bringing up third down on their first drive of the game, first set of downs. DiStefano takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's looking downfield, throws on the move again, just overthrown, and that'll bring up 4th and 5.
Good coverage again from the Hornets. There were 3 white shirts over there. Really no chance to complete that, and Thurston comes out throwing. First 3 plays of the game, and they have a 4th and 5. They're deep in their own territory, and we'll see what they decide to do here. Probably a punt.
Yeah, well, you've got guys like Theron Tyler and Jance Carl Jr., which are 265 pounds and 275 pounds, respectively.
Yeah, Henley's got good size on the line this year, and really some skilled players. They've done very well. This is a good way to open this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like Thurston is set to punt. That's number 2, Bagwell, for Thurston. Punt is high and a little short. It's fielded at around the 48-yard line. And Henley will have great field position to start the drive.
That was Rias there with the catch. Nice job just catching that, not letting the ball bounce and roll downfield. So Henley's going to start right near midfield. Good place to be here in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see what Henley is planning to do. It looks like Thurston has some pretty big guys too. So, yeah, it looks like they're pretty balanced on both offense and defense.
Oh yeah, they have 5A talent, and they'll be a difficult foe tonight.
Janey lines up in the backfield, two receivers to his left, sends one kind of in motion to the tight end position, goes back to throw, unleashes a deep pass, and is just overthrown. That looked like a great look.
He was looking for Rias on the fly pattern on that far side. The play action worked. He made a nice fake to the handoff and went deep. And the ball just thrown a little bit over his head, incomplete. Good way to open the game. Both teams throwing the football.
Yeah, that's got to scare you if you're Thurston. You see a Henley receiver get behind your secondary, and almost a big play for Henley there.
Yeah.
Janey lines up 3 to his left, 1 to his right, a man in the backfield. And there's a flag on the play.
Somebody's moving around up there. That's going to be against Thurston.
Well, that's a great start for Henley. 3 yards is nothing you want to turn down.
Right. You want to limit those mistakes. That's a good break for the Hornets. 2nd and 5. Just over 11 minutes left to play here in the first quarter.
All right, Janey lines up, man in the backfield. Same formation as earlier, classic Henley. He'll hand that one off. I believe that's Brunick up the middle. And he'll be about 2 yards short of the first down. That's about 3rd and 2.
That was a good hard run. There wasn't much room in there, but we've seen him do a nice job with yards after contact. And he was able to scrape a couple together, bringing up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, so it's 3rd and 2, 10:46 on the clock and counting here in the first quarter. Janey lines up, sends a man in motion, back the other way. It's another handoff, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss. That was Brunick on that carry as well.
Cruz Gray came out of nowhere for Thurston. Good tackle for loss there. And there was no place to run there.
Nowhere to go. So that'll bring up 4th and 4.
Yeah, we'll see what the Hornets do here. They're going to go for it.
Janey lines up in the backfield. He's got a man to his left, 3 receivers out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Looking for the play call from their coach. there's a whistle, flag on the play.
A little confusion there on the Henley side. They're going to talk about it. Try to drop the right play here on 4th and 3.
And it looks like they'll send out their punting team.
Yeah, they may have just tried to draw them off sides there, maybe have a long count. That happens a lot. Thurston was very disciplined. They didn't move.
So why did they get penalized?
I didn't see the call. Was it delay? Yeah, they just took the delay of game. So they'll take the 5 yards and they'll punt the football here on 4th down.
Not a bad call if you've got Janey as your punter. He's got a boot on him.
Yeah, they're at a good spot here at midfield to kick one deep.
The ball is in the floor. Janey fields it, kicks it deep. It lands at about the 2-yard line and rolls into the back of the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback, and Thurston will start at the 20-yard line.
That's just what you want. Nice punt. No return there. And Joe did a good job handling that snap. It bounced a couple times on his way to him, but him being a quarterback, he has good hands. So it's a nice thing having a quarterback as your punter. You usually have good hands, and if you need to throw the football in case, you can. So well done by Janey.
Yeah, it's a great way to set up trick plays.
Right.
Okay. DiStefano snaps the ball. He'll hand it off. That's Fisher to the right sideline, and it looks like a gain of about 1 yard, bringing up 2nd and 9.
That was good pursuit from the Henley near side of that line. Stretched that play out, didn't let anybody get downfield. I think that was Venegas there on the tackle.
Okay, good stuff from Henley so far. It's been a slightly defensive game so far. Neither team has gotten a first down.
Yeah.
3 and out, both drives. Thurston snaps the ball. Screen play to the left side, up the sideline. Steps out at around the 38. That's a gain of about 18 yards. And first down, Thurston.
That was Brody Baker with the catch. And that was good enough for the first down of the game. Just a little swing pass to the far side. He had some room out there, was able to make the most of it.
Okay, so 1st and 10 for Thurston. 8:54 left in the first quarter. DiStefano snaps the ball. Screen play to the right side. Seems to be the same play as last time. And he'll bring it up to the 40-yard line, picking up about 5 yards.
Yeah, you're right, Walter. They're running that little short pass to the far side, then this time to the near side. Nothing downfield that's been completed yet. So a little short game, but good enough for 4 yards. 2nd down.
Seems like Henley's catching on. Thurston snaps the ball. Handoff up the middle. It's still on his feet. He's going up the right sideline to the 31-yard line. And that's a gain of about 20 yards. That'll bring up 1st and 10.
Well, there's Justin Fisher. We talked about him before the game. He is a good back. He showed us why right there. Henley, normally very good tacklers. They missed a few that time. And finally, Sam Bennett makes a tackle at the 30-yard line.
Okay, so 1st and 10 for Thurston, deep in Henley territory, almost to the red zone. DiStefano snaps the ball, hands it off again, and he's tackled in the backfield. That was Fisher again on the carry, and he's brought down for a loss of 3.
That was Venegas again. What a play. Loss of about 4 on that play. And he did not miss that tackle. He was right there. Well done by that defensive line. 2nd and long.
Yeah, so last play we saw, they opened up a big hole, and this time Venegas was there to meet him. DiStefano lines up, 3 to his left, 1 to his right. He rolls out of the pocket to his right side, looking to complete a pass. That's down to Bonar, and he'll step out of bounds at around the 20-yard line.
That was a good route by Bernard that time. Just a 15-yard out. Quarterback took about a 5-step drop, set his feet, made a good throw. That was a nicely executed play. And again, a first down.
Yeah, so far this game we've seen DiStefano. He's liked to throw on the run, but that time he set his feet, hit his man on the sideline, and that picked up the first down. So we've got about 6 minutes and 49 seconds and counting left in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Thurston's in the red zone. DeStefano hands it off. That's Bonar. Excuse me, that's Fisher. He'll bring it up. Gain of about 2 yards, 1 yard. And that'll bring up second and long.
Yeah, he struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage there. That interior line made a nice stop. And be second down and 10. The Henley defense normally very good inside the 20. We'll see if they can continue that and stop Thurston from scoring some points here.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Thurston has a very balanced offense. They went pass last time, run this time. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Pass again. Okay. We've got DeStefano. He snapped the ball. Little screen action to the left side, and that'll pick up around 15 yards. They'll be down at around the 9-yard line.
Yeah, they're running good routes. They know how to find the first down marker. Those last 3 completions have been right at the stick. So very, very disciplined team so far. Good throw, good catch, and they're just moving the chains all the way down the field. They got a chance to score here inside the 10.
Yeah, so they're about the 9-yard line. DeStefano lines up in shotgun. Ball is snapped perfectly to his chest. He rolls out to the right side. Henley's all over him. He looks for a man, floats one up into the end zone. That's Most. That's number 80 Sharp. Excuse me, that's number 88,
Philippe made a great catch. He had pretty good coverage right there. There were 2 Hornets around him. He just used his size and put his hands up and caught the ball away from his body. Really nice touchdown catch. Good drive there from the Colts.
Yeah, that's Randy Moss's signature move, isn't that? So Thurston will opt to go for the field goal. That's their kicker, Bagwell. And it's through. So that makes it 7-0. Thurston leads Henley with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be right back on 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to Henley football. Thurston is set to kick off here. That's number 15, Costanza. Kick is up and away. It's fielded at around the 5-yard line. That's brought up to the 24-yard line, and Henley will start at around the 24-yard line with 76 yards to go.
Thurston put together a nice drive, and we'll see how the Hornets respond. This was kind of the situation last week. Henley was down by a touchdown, and then they figured things out and rattled off 30-some straight points. So we'll see how they do here on their second drive.
Okay, so Henley set up at the 24-yard line. Thurston leads 7-0 with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Janney puts a man in motion, snaps the ball, goes back to pass. It's over the top, and it could have been a big play, but he's wrapped up at around the 48-yard line.
Julian Reyes was open. He also ran a good route, and Janney delivered the ball right on the spot. Big gain for Henley.
See, this is exactly what we want from Henley tonight. Develop the passing game. They only passed 4 times last game.
Yeah, they had a big lead, didn't have to throw the football too much. Nice job here so far.
Henley in shotgun. Janney sends a man in motion. Back the other way. That's handed off. Oh, trucks a man, and he's tackled at around the 50-yard line. Back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
That was Brunick, and there were a couple of collisions big time. He ran through one defender, and then he kind of got a little revenge there. He also got hit hard, so that all ends up no gain. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10, starting at around the 50-yard line. They're midfield. That's good position right so far. Okay, Henley lines up in shotgun. With 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The ball is snapped, looks to his right, through the hands of his receiver, and that is Handsome Townsend.
Yeah, that was Handsome Townsend over there. Pretty good throw, just couldn't quite bring it in. That was just a swing pass to the far side. He had a little bit of room over there, but the incompletion will bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 10, they've got to pass it here.
You never know. 3rd and 17 last week, they went with a quarterback run and they picked up enough, so you never know what Coach Paschy will call here.
And that's what makes him so good, right?
Yeah.
Predictability.
Right.
Janney in shotgun sends a man in motion. He drops back to pass. Looks for his receivers, doesn't find any. Looks to run it himself, and he's tackled at around the 46-yard line. So that'll bring up 4th and about 4 for Henley.
He had a number of receivers running routes that time. He almost found Reyes, and then he kind of held back. Probably a good decision. There was pretty good coverage down the middle of the field. And Henley's back into a punting situation on 4th down.
So we've got about 3 minutes and 28 seconds and counting left in the first quarter. Thurston leads 7-0 with Henley set to punt. Ball is up and away to the left side, and it bounces down. Perfect bounce. Fielded at around the 6-yard line, so Henley will have a big advantage this drive as Thurston looks to start things from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Janney's punting, we're only 2 games in, but he's done very well. That one, he kicked it just like a professional would. Put that right in the corner, but kept it inbounds. I think the ball bounced at about the 2 or 3 yard line. And the Hornets special teams made the recovery. So good special teams play again. And Thurston looks to have a long field.
Yeah, you know, I watched him warm up this game, and he was kicking it about 60 yards in the air.
Yeah.
And that's high, too. Like, when you punt, you want it to go high so your team has time to get down there and field it. That's exactly what he does.
Exactly. Yeah, he's done a nice job kicking.
Okay. Thurston lines up in shotgun formation. DeStefano hands it off. That's Fisher, and it's tackled it around the 6-yard line.
Yeah, they're deep in their own territory. You kind of figured a run was coming. Henley was ready for it. Looked like Ronan Wright made the stop for the Hornets. 2nd down and long. Might have picked up a yard.
Yeah, so about 2nd and 9 for Thurston here. You can't help but think that Henley has the advantage here.
You never know. Just takes one play. We'll see what they do.
Thurston set back to pass. Henley all around. He finds a hole, gets it off, jumping, and big break for Thurston. He's to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. One man to beat, and he doesn't. He's down at the 35-yard line.
Very impressive work from the quarterback, DeStefano, that time. He had to scramble, elude a couple defenders, break a tackle, and his receivers were very smart. They came back to the quarterback. They found an open space, and he was able to hit a receiver and make a long gain. Well done.
DeStefano fires to his right side, That's excuse me. That's Baker down at around the 28-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I like what Thurston did there. They were on the ball quickly. They got that long gain, and then they didn't take their time. They got right to the football, picked up a quick 6 yards. Good change of pace there.
Okay, so we got about a minute and 30 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. Thurston with a huge play to bring them down to the 30-yard line. DeStefano snaps the ball, and that's Fisher. Excuse me, I think that's Gray. Down to the 26-yard line. 3rd and 1 for Thurston.
Yeah, the Colts are doing a nice job moving the ball. They're getting just enough offensive blocking on that line, creating some holes, and moving the ball.
Okay, DeStefano lines up with Gray to his left side there and trips to his out wide to his left. Looking for direction from his coach. Tell him to hurry up.
I think they're changing the play. They see something out there.
DeStefano snaps the ball, look to his left side. There's Henley in the backfield. He's looking to run it himself. He finds a hole up to the 10, down to the 5. That's touchdown Thurston. DeStefano decides to run it himself, finds a lane. Touchdown Thurston.
Yeah, he's a good decision maker. I think they changed the play. They're going to throw to the far side. They had 3 receivers out there. He looked over there. There was nowhere to throw. He saw some field in front of him. He tucked it, ran for the touchdown.
Okay, so that makes the score 13-0 with 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Henley's got their work cut out for them. Thurston opts for the extra point. It's good again. That makes the game 14-0. Thurston leads. And we'll be right back on mybasin.com, 960 Sports, and 104.3. Welcome back to Henley Football on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. There's 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Thurston leads 14-0, set to kick off. Kick is lowish and down to the 10. It's touched by Henley. They'll field it in the end zone, trying to run it up the left sideline, and he's tackled out of bounds at around the 7-yard line. That's a great punt for Thurston. And it'll bring up a long drive for Henley.
Yeah, Brunick had trouble handling that kickoff. And at least he was able to keep it cool, pick up the football, but he had a lot of ground to make up in that end zone and only brought the ball out to about the 8-yard line. So good field position swing there from Thurston on the kickoff.
Yeah, absolutely. So we saw the last play, we saw DeStefano, run it in himself. He's been able to kind of find a lane in that pass rush defense.
Yeah, you can tell he's a good runner. He's a good decision maker. They decided that the ball did go into the end zone there, so they did call it a touchback, even though Brunick ran it out. So they will start at the 20.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So Henley getting a little brush of grace. Janney, accompanied by Brunick. 3 receivers out to his right. He'll come back, look, hitch. It's deep, and it's broken up. Wow, what a play for Thurston's secondary defense. That was Quinn Paquette with a breakup.
Janney threw that ball hard. He threw it a long way. He threw it clear across the field, past midfield. Shively had a shot at it. He had to go low to catch it, but it did fall incomplete. It'll be second down. You might notice that we're pretty close to the band. Josh, if during halftime you could pick up my trumpet, I think I could join these guys. I'm right here with them.
At least conduct them or something.
There are a lot of people here tonight. It's a good crowd. It's fun.
Henley lines up in shotgun. Janney snaps the ball, hands it off to Brunick. He's met it around the 20-yard line, gets back to the line of scrimmage on forward progress, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Henley.
Yeah, Thurston's defense figuring things out here. Henley hasn't been able to run the football very well at all. We're going to end the first quarter trailing 14-0.
All right, we'll be right back on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
All right, Henley starts at the 20. Janney snaps it. He's got a little quarterback scramble here, and he brings it up to the 22-yard line before he's tackled, and that'll bring up about 4th and 8 for Henley.
Yep, they've done a nice job containing Janney on the runs. He hasn't really been able to break one yet. And 4th and long, Henley will have to punt once more.
And that's saying a lot because Janney is a heck of an athlete.
It is, and we'll have to see what kind of adjustments Henley will make. And they will make some.
So Henley decides to punt with 11 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock and counting. Thurston leads 14-0 in the second quarter. The punt is high, very high, and it comes down at around midfield, and that's where Henley will pick it up. So that's 3 consecutive Henley punts, and Thurston will take it over at around their 48-yard line.
We'll see what the Hornet defense can do here to stop Thurston's offense. They've moved the ball very well in that first quarter. We'll see if they've changed up a few things defensively.
Yeah, so 11 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second quarter. We saw Thurston score twice on Henley, and Henley has not been able to get anything going on offense. So,
yeah, you can't ask for a better start if you're Thurston. They've done everything right here early in this game.
Absolutely. So they've got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. DeStefano hands it off to Fisher, and Fisher will bring it down to around the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard.
Good tackle. Joe Janney came up from that safety spot, just made a straight line. Good read on that play, good tackle, short gain.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Colts with 10 minutes and 38 seconds and counting, them leading 14-0 against Henley. DeStefano lines up in shotgun. The ball is snapped, fakes the handoff, tries to scramble, doesn't get anywhere, and is swallowed up by the Henley defensive line at around the line of scrimmage again.
Good pressure. That was Jacob Bakke in there for Henley. Good pressure on the quarterback. That's how you stop those long throws. Good defensive work, 3rd down and 10.
So 3rd and 10 for Thurston. they're keeping the clock running, kind of giving Henley a taste of their own medicine here.
Yeah, this is a big play. Henley get a chance to get the ball back.
DeStefano rolls out to his right side, looks downfield, throws a dot to Bonar, and that's a first down for Thurston at around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, this is my first look at Thurston, and their receivers are very good. They know how to fake one way, move the other, run precise routes, get to the first down marker, and just get a step or two on their defensive back and open just long enough for their receiver to get the ball there. They're doing a really nice job on the outside with that receiver core. Yeah,
it's a great connection as far as timing goes between the quarterback and the receivers. The receivers are able to get a foot, 2 feet inbounds, and the quarterback's just able to hit him. DeStefano is just able to hit him right on the stride.
Right, and I think the key is going to be you have to put pressure on DeStefano, because if he has time, we're going to see a lot more of that. So I'm sure Henley's working on that. Maybe put some more players on the line, maybe run some blitzes. I'm sure they're figuring things out. But when he has time, he's a very good quarterback for sure.
Right, we saw a huge difference from when he was throwing on the run versus when he's able to plant his feet and really zero in on his target.
Yeah, he's very skilled. And he's also able to run the football. If the coverage is too good downfield, he's able to run. So offense has been very successful so far.
So we've got a false start on offense here. That'll bring him back 5 yards. 1st and 15. Great break for Henley. DeStefano snaps the ball, rolls out to his left side, finds a man open. He'll go up the sideline, almost picks up the first down. And that'll bring up about 2nd and 4. That was Bonar with the reception.
Another good route. That was just a short pass, just kind of flipped it over the line. But they're just throwing 5 or 6 yard passes on those little routes across the field, and they've been successful.
Okay, we've got 2 receivers out wide to the left, 1 to the right, and DeStefano will hand that off to Fisher and pick up the first down. So the Colts will have the ball at around the 22-yard line with 8 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, we see why this team scored 48 and 47 points in a couple of wins. They can move the ball.
Right, and just as we were saying in the pregame show, they are a balanced offense. DeStefano rolls out to his right side, feels pressure, is tackled for a loss, sacked at around the 35-yard line. Great play for Henley's defense there. About 2 or 3 guys met him in the backfield.
Yeah, Trapper Kundal was there first. A huge loss. A great play just when they needed it, and that's what we talked about. Get some pressure back there, get some tackles for loss. It was a huge loss. That's going to bring up 2nd 20+.
Yeah, so about 2nd and long with 8 minutes and counting here in the second quarter. Thurston still leads 14-0. And DeStefano takes the snap. It's a screen action. That's down to Fisher, who will take it up to the 20-yard line. 18-yard line, something like that.
That was one of those little middle screens. It was kind of run to the near side. They kind of pulled it over a little bit. But once he caught that ball, flipped it over the defensive lineman, he had 3 blockers out there. It was a big gain, not quite enough for a first down.
That's something that we talked about. A great weapon to use against aggressive D lines, such as the Mazama line or the Henley line. They've got some big boys in there. They're rushing. Make sure they're too far past to catch you when you dump it off.
That was a good play call. 3rd and 5 here.
3rd and 5. DeStefano snaps the ball, rolls out to his right. He'll find Baker on that little pass out to the right sideline. And he's down at around the 10.
Yeah, they did it again. Those receivers are catching the football right at the first down marker. I'm really impressed with the way they run their routes. When they make the catch, it's going to be enough for a first down. There's no doubt. And they picked up another one, and they're inside the 10-yard line.
That's great, smart football from Thurston so far tonight. DeStefano snaps the ball, hands it off to Fisher, who brings it up to the 6-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Trapper Kundal again. A good sure-handed tackle in there. A second down and goal.
2nd and 6 for Thurston. Here deep in the red zone with 7 minutes and 14 seconds left on the clock. They lead 14-0 in the second quarter. DeStefano snaps the ball, rolls out to his left side, and fires to Bonar. That's touchdown for Thurston.
Another touchdown for the Colts, and they're making it look easy. That was just a simple route run to the corner of the end zone, the front corner. Good pass, easy catch, and another touchdown.
So that's Bagwell out for Thurston again, and he'll make that one as well. He's 3 for 3 on extra point attempts. So that makes the score 21-0 with 7 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. We'll be right back on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley Football. We're coming to you from Thurston High School in Springfield, Oregon. There's 7 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Thurston leads 21-0. Thurston set to kick off. That's Costanza. The ball is kicked hard, fielded at the front of the end zone. That's Henley, brings it up to the 20-yard line, and he's met by a swarm of Colts. A herd of Colts, if you will.
Yeah, things are going their way tonight. We'll see if Henley can move the football here, put together a scoring drive of their own. You know, I'm not sure. How did we get here? You know, this game wasn't scheduled at the beginning of the year, and they had some scheduling issues, and we're able to get – we didn't really have a game week 3, and this was the game. You know, we had other options, but I really like to be aggressive. It's a good move, and you could have played easier teams or played a home game, but this is a good test for Henley, and it's what you want. If you want to be better at the end, these are the kind of games you need for sure. So things aren't going the Hornets' way right now, but I expect we'll see some improvement here on this drive.
Yeah, it's good to play stiff competition. That's where you learn the most.
That's right.
All right, we've got Janney. Snaps the ball, rolls back to pass. He fires hard to the left sideline. That's Shively with a huge reception down to midfield about. And that's a great play to start Henley's drive.
He threw that on a rope. He's really thrown the ball hard this year. I don't know if I noticed it last year. He put a lot of air under his long passes, which is also good. You have to have good touch. But on some of these intermediate routes, he's really throwing it hard. Good completion, good hard pass, good catch for the first down.
Henley lines up in shotgun. They send a man in motion. Janney rolls back to pass again. And that's a long throw, deep throw. Oh, in the hands and out. That's Reyes with the intended reception.
Yeah, that pass, that was right on the money. A deep ball, Reyes was there, just couldn't bring it in. And that's exactly what you needed in this situation, kind of a spark, get on the scoreboard. But that brings up second down, then they'll try it again.
Yeah, it seems like Henley's throwing a lot more in this game than against Marist. And we were talking about how hard Janney throws, and it just shows the trust that he has in his receivers to catch that.
That's right.
That bullet. Janney goes back to throw again. He feels pressure, fires, finds an open man, and he's brought down at around the 35-yard line.
Jacob Bakke with the catch on the sideline. He ran a nice route, got those toes in on the far side, enough for a first down. And this is good for Henley. Being down 3 touchdowns now, they have to play a little more aggressively, a little faster, throw the ball down the field a little more than they're used to, and they're doing a nice job on this drive.
Timeout, Thurston. Okay. Elevate physical therapy, fitness, and performance. Elevate uses a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. Treating athletes of all ages since 2020. Howard's Meat Center. Welcome to Howard's Meat Center, where tradition meets innovation with every cut and every bite of Smokin' H Barbecue. As you step through our doors, you're not just entering a meat center. You're stepping back to a time when the quality of the meat and the depth of the customer service were everything. Check out Howard's Meat Center next to Les Schwab Tires on South 6th. You know, I've gotten a couple cuts of tri-tip from Howard's. Delicious.
It's always good. They have good stuff there, always.
Yes, they do.
Henley's had some success, so good timeout from Thurston. They want to talk about things here, maybe change a couple things on their defense.
Maybe ice over Janney a little bit. Whistles and flags. Offsides on Thurston, it looks like.
In a little bit of a hurry to get over the line, so that'll be 5 for Henley, and that'll bring up a 1st and 5.
Yeah, that'll bring them down to the 31-yard line, so about 1st and 5. With 6 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Thurston leads 21-0, but Henley is deep into Thurston territory. Janney snaps the ball, fires to his right side. There's a little screen play, hit hard. That was number 18, Ferreira with the tackle.
Yeah, there was some pushing and shoving on this near side, and then some blocking, and there is a penalty on the play. We'll see what's up. It's like it'll be a hold against Henley.
So let's start back where they started.
We'll see if they want to take the penalty or move the down. We'll see what they do. Looks like they're going to march it off. Yeah, receivers trying to block downfield, and one of them held a little too long, and the referee threw the flag. So it'll still be 1st down, but it'll be about 15 yards for the first.
So 1st and 15, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Thurston leads 21-0. Henley's looked good this drive. They've gotten a little bit of a rhythm going.
Yeah.
Before these 2 penalties. Three to the left side, 1 to the right. Janney snaps the ball, rolls back, unleashes a deep throw right on time, and that's just too far. Just a little bit too far. Not able to bring in that catch was Julian Rice.
Yeah, he was looking for Julian again, and he was getting a lot of contact coming down the near sideline from that defensive back and could not get away from him, so there's no call. Incompletion will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 15 for Henley here. And they've been telling Janney, go out there and throw me a pass.
Yeah, they've been throwing the football, and they've been throwing it a little bit deeper this drive, playing a little catch-up.
And so instead of wasting clock time, they now preserve clock time. Janney snaps the ball, fires deep downfield, finds a man. He's gone, and that's a touchdown, Henley. That was Kai Montag with the reception and the touchdown.
Well done by the Hornets that time. Montag was open on the near side. The defensive back, he took a risk. He tried to get the interception and tried to dive in front of the receiver. He did not end up with the football. Montag did, and he had an easy lane into the end zone, and Henley gets on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so Henley will score their first touchdown with 6 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. They'll go for the extra point, and it's good. So that makes it 21-7. Thurston leads Henley here in the second quarter. We'll be right back on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back to Henley football. Henley just scored off of a great pass down to Montag, and that'll make it 21-7. Thurston leads with 6 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Henley to kick off his little squib kick. Won't go the 10 yards before they touch it. It's fielded by Thurston and brought up to the 47-yard line.
It's an aggressive play. I like that. It's good to be aggressive. You're down a couple touchdowns. I'm really impressed with Henley's drive that last time out. I think that's the sign of a senior team, a team with leadership. You know, they're down 21 on the road. They're playing upper class tonight. Didn't matter. They got it together. They didn't panic. Put together a really good drive, changed their scheme a little bit, threw the football a lot, and it was successful. So good work from the Hornets. Get on the scoreboard.
All right, so Thurston will start at the 48-yard line in Henley territory.
The officials are talking about this. They're trying to sort it out. Henley tried an onside kick there. Ball, it didn't make it 10 yards before a Hornet touched the football, so I think they're asking what kind of options Thurston will have here. They'll probably just take the ball where it was down, but we'll see what they're talking to the head coach now.
So how does that work? Henley touched the ball, but Thurston recepted it, they fielded it, and then they tried to run with it.
Yeah, I think it's down as soon as Henley touches the football, so it's probably just going to be right there. They're going to mark it right where it was touched.
Okay, so Thurston with good field position to start their drive. And there are 5 minutes and 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Henley just scored, making it 21-7. Thurston in shotgun. They'll hand that one off. That's Gray with the carry.
Yeah, Henley put 5 on the defensive line that time, made a good stop. Not much room over there. I think that was Reyes in there with a tackle.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 8 for Thurston. The clock is ticking. As I assume that's their game plan right now is to keep the clock running.
Yeah, it's a little early to worry about game management, but they're definitely taking their time. Thurston's done a nice job. Sometimes they'll pick the pace up when you're not expecting it, but they seem to be doing things kind of in a methodical fashion right now.
So Thurston will bring it up to the 44-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 7, long 6, with the clock still running. Down to the 5 now. Thurston leads 21-7.
Thurston taking some time on this play. They want to get this one right. Big 3rd down.
Thurston lining up in shotgun. DeStefano snaps the ball, rolls out to his right side, feels a little bit of pressure, throws it away. It's almost caught by Bonar, but that's incomplete and brings up 4th and 7.
That was good coverage downfield, probably the best we've seen. Really nobody to throw to. And a good defensive stop. 4th down now, ball at about the 44. We'll see if Thurston goes for it.
So Henley's starting to figure things out on the defensive end, trying to feel out Thurston. As we may have mentioned before, these teams have never played each other.
Yeah, I can't remember these two teams playing each other. If they've played, it seems like it's been a long time. I don't recall them ever playing each other.
So it makes sense that it takes them a little while to get used to this, feel out Thurston.
Sure.
Timeout Thurston.
And Thurston tried the same trick there. They tried to draw Henley off sides, and Henley didn't budge, and so they took the timeout.
Looking for a great place to eat? Head to one of Abby's legendary pizza locations for some of the best pizza in Klamath Basin. 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Charlotte Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza, a proud supporter of high school sports.
We got one score here from Klamath area. Sisters is leading Mazama 7-6. That one's still in the first quarter.
Okay. We see these two teams retake the field. It's going to be about 4th and 7 for Thurston with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Thurston still leads 21-7. And looks like Thurston will opt to punt.
They are in punt formation.
Number 2, Hunter Bagwell, kicks a high one. It's to the right sideline, and it'll land out of bounds at around the 18-yard line.
That's just what Henley needed, a good defensive stop, and they'll get the football back. They got plenty of time, 4 minutes and 31 seconds left to play in the half.
A great opportunity to come back, score some points, chisel away at that lead.
Yeah, yes.
So 21-7 with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Thurston leads Henley, but Henley gets the ball back after a great defensive stop. So Henley will start around the 25-yard line. They've got one receiver out to the left, 3 to the right, and Bruner will accompany him in the backfield. Janney hitches, rolls out to his right, throws on the run, on the money, and he'll bring it up to the 35-yard line, a gain of about 50 yards.
For those of you watching on the stream, that was a beautiful pass. He had to loop it over a defender and put it right on the sideline for Connor. Big gain, and that Henley passing game has really come to life here in the last few minutes. That was a terrific pass.
So they'll place the ball at around the 37-yard line. And Henley, a great place now in Thurston territory. So they'll go trips to the left, one receiver off to the right. They've got Bruner in the backfield. Janney snaps the ball, hands it off to Bruner, and he'll take it up to the 33-yard line, excuse me.
And that was a nice run by Brunick. And when you're able to throw the football deep, then you have that defense thinking about that, and they take some pressure off the line. Then you find your running game works a little better. It all kind of works together. So Henley turning things around here a little bit.
Keep it balanced.
Yes.
Name of the game. So we've got trips to the left, one to the right. Same formation as last time. Brunick in the backfield with Janney. Ball is snapped. Janney looks downfield to pass. He hitches. Overthrown. And that'll bring up about 3rd and 6 for Henley.
That pass sailed a little bit over the head of Rias on the near side.
Well, he throws so hard. If it's just 1 degree off, speaking in angles, it's over the head.
Yeah, sometimes you got to try to get it between those defenders, so sometimes you need to throw it like that, but he was pretty well defended down the field, so Henley will have an incompletion that will go to 3rd down. Janney getting a lot of time now, and that's been the difference also. The offensive line is blocked very well for him. Sometimes they're keeping a running back there also to block. And when Joe has time, he's a very effective passer.
3 out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Janney's accompanied by Brunick. Little screen play, and it's overthrown again. That'll bring up 4th and 6 for Henley. Think they'll go for a field goal?
That was just looped a little too high. He couldn't reach it. Think we're a little deep for a field goal. I'm guessing Henley will go for it here. They need about 6 for the 1st down. You're kind of too close to punt, so draw up your best play, see if you can pick up a 1st down. Just over 3.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter.
Okay. 21-7, Henley in Thurston territory, 4th and 6 for Henley. They'll send a man in motion. Looking to the sideline, looked like they were trying to get Thurston to jump, and Henley will take a timeout.
It's a good call. Henley wants to get this play right, of course. Keep this drive moving.
Through the Subaru Love Promise and the Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable, not corporate. Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Are you a parent of a high school athlete, tired of trying to take good photos and keep up with the action? There is a solution. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more.
Another score here at halftime. Cross Point leads Tule Lake 28-0. We saw Tule Lake a couple weeks ago. They have a good program out there. Cross Point having a good half. They lead by 28.
We noticed that would be a big game.
Yeah. A couple of good teams.
Yeah. So Henley going for it on 4th down. It'll be 4th and 6. They'll line up in shotgun. There's 3 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Janney, feeling pressure, rolls out to his right, wants to take it himself, and a big hit on the sideline around the 30-yard line. And
he's really close to the first down. I don't think he made it. He was scrambling to get that first down, and I think he's just short. They're going to look at it.
They'll have to bring out the note card, the chains.
Yeah, that will be a turnover on downs. Tough break. Henley did just about everything right there. They're just a little bit short.
Well, Thurston is well coached. They're well disciplined, and they were just able to get that stop that drive.
Janney is so good at scrambling. He almost picked it up. But now the Henley defense will be back on the field. Try to prevent some scoring. Just over 3 minutes now left to play in the half.
Yeah, last game Janney led in rushing yards, so I'm not surprised that he's been trying to scramble. All right, DeStefano will hand that one off. That's Fisher up the middle, and a flag is thrown on the play. Looks like a face mask.
Yeah, Ronan Wright with the tackle. He might have got a piece of the headgear. And that'll move the ball down the field for Thurston.
Great play for the Thurston line, and Fisher picking up 10 yards on 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's kind of just an inadvertent penalty there. I don't think he meant to grab the face. Just kind of ended up that way, but that's a penalty. And that's a good break. They'll move 15 yards down the field, past midfield.
Past midfield.
Yeah.
And they've got 3 minutes and 14 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time to score if you're Thurston.
Yeah, time shouldn't be an issue here.
They lead 21-7, excuse me. So they'll try to score before half.
Officials stopping play here for a second. Oh, I think we have an equipment issue. Janney had to step out of the game for a second. That's what's happening. So someone will come in for him. It looks like Hanson Townsend will be in there.
Yeah, Hanson Townsend. DeStefano in shotgun, fires to his right, screen action. They'll go up the right sideline, breaking a couple tackles, and is down at around the 34-yard line. That was Bonar with the reception.
Yeah, Henley runs that play as well. Quarterback takes one step, just chucks it to the sideline as fast as he can. He's got a couple of blockers in front. You just try to make what you can. That time, he made enough for a first down.
Yeah, they run that in college, too. It's not a bad play.
It is a good play, especially if you have good fast receivers and good blockers out in front. You can usually pick up 10, 15 yards.
Okay, so Thurston will line up in shotgun again. That's Fisher to the back of him. He'll hand that off to Fisher, actually. He'll find a hole up the middle, and he'll bring it up to the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of about 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds and counting on the clock.
It's a good first down carry. Henley with solid defense, but still a pickup of about 4.
DeStefano snaps the ball, rolls out to his left. He's feeling pressure from Henley. 2, 3 guys in the backfield. He'll break free, scrambling up the field, down at around the 20, and he'll pick up the first down.
He had to make that happen pretty much on his own. Quarterback Emmett DeStefano, he made his way to the near side and went clear back across to the right. Picked up the first down, good scrambling, good speed, and just a good play. Good enough for the first down.
Yeah, that was looking scary for Thurston for a minute.
Yeah.
They had 3 guys in the backfield.
Yeah, he's very elusive back there.
Yeah, on the D-line, we always hated those elusive quarterbacks, those shifty quarterbacks.
When they're fast, it causes trouble.
Flag on the field. False start on Thurston. They'll back it up. 5 yards, so they'll start 1st and 15. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left until half. They lead, Thurston leads 21-7.
They've had a few penalties, but they've been able to overcome those pretty easily so far tonight.
Yeah, it hasn't seemed to cause them a problem. DeStefano snaps the ball, screen action to the left side. That's Bonar, picks up about 7 yards. And that'll bring up about 2nd and 5. Picked up about 10, actually.
Yeah, they're finding a way to move the ball again on this drive.
That was the same play as last time, huh?
Yeah, they're threatening to score some more points. Just under 2 minutes now to play in this first half.
Thurston lines up with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. DeStefano looks over the middle, fires, and that's caught by Baker for a touchdown.
Good pass. He had plenty of time to look over the field. Ran that route right in the seam, caught it right under the goalpost, right in the middle of the field. He was wide open, and another touchdown for the Colts.
So that makes it 27-7. Thurston leads with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. So, Bagwell, who's 3 for 3 so far this game, goes for the PAT, and it's good again, 4 for 4. So that'll make it 27-8, 1 minute 30 left in the second quarter. And let's talk about GINO'S Cafe. GINO'S Cafe on East Main Street is open every morning at 6:30, serving their famous breakfast burritos. They're served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. Order online at iloveginos.com or on DoorDash. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles. We feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. I personally use Harbor Isles, and I must say it's the cleanest gym locker room I've ever been in, which says a lot. Coswell will kick off. It's touched by Henley at the 5-yard line, bobbled a little bit. He'll pick it up and field it and bring it up to around the 21-yard line. It was Shively with the return, I believe.
For some reason, Henley struggled tonight making a clean catch on those kickoffs. They're really line drive kicks. They're kicked hard, and for some reason, I don't know if Henley's had a clean return tonight. They've bobbled the ball, but they've been able to pick it up and make a pretty good run back, but just haven't had a clean game as far as running the football back.
Yeah, Thurston seems to be overwhelming tonight. 28-7. So Henley will get the ball at around the 23-yard line.
They've got a minute 21.
Minute 21, yeah.
They have time. They have 1 timeout left, I believe, or 2. I think they have 2. Yeah, thank you, Josh. So we'll see if they can put together a drive here.
So Janney will line up alone in the backfield. Maybe his first time tonight. He'll look downfield, unload a deep pass. It's looping, and that is just incomplete.
Yeah, there's going to be a penalty on the far side. There's been a lot of contact on those deep routes, and that time they got caught. It'll be pass interference against Thurston. And that time, Joe showed us how he can put air under it. That had a lot of air under it, allowed his receiver to run underneath it. He was getting held up on the route, and so it'll be a penalty, and they'll assess the yardage here.
It looks like it would have been perfect if not for that pass interference.
Yeah, it was a good play.
I mean, I would be patting that. If I'm Thurston, I'm patting that guy on the back saying, hey, you may have cost us a 15-yard penalty, but at least you didn't cost us a touchdown.
Right, sometimes that's the case. You have to make that decision.
Great start from Henley to start this drive. 1:15 left on the clock, so they didn't waste much. And they're down at around the 36-yard line to start. Janney alone in the backfield. He's feeling pressure, wrapped up, gets away, and wrapped up at around the 22-yard line.
He tried to get away from that rush, just couldn't do it that time, and he kept going further and further back toward his end zone, and that's ends up being a huge loss. He just wasn't able to get rid of the football. So
it's a loss of 14. So from the last play to this one, they had a net gain of about 1 yard.
Yeah, he was able to keep possession, and that's a good thing, but Henley looking at second and super duper long here.
Okay, picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and assure you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals.
Got a couple scores at halftime. Marist, who we saw last week, they're leading Seaside 14-0. And that Sisters Mazama game is also at halftime. Sisters now leads 14-6. Want to thank Lewis helping out with the scores tonight. You know who else helping out? Mom. Mom's sending in some scores tonight. If you have a score, feel free to send it in. We'll pass it along. Thanks to those folks.
All right, Henley will line up in shotgun. This time there's a man in the backfield, Brunick. It's a screen play to Brunick. He'll bring it up the left sideline to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, end zone. Huge play for Henley and a great run after the catch from Brunick.
Henley does that so often. They need a ton of yards, but they'll run a shorter play and they'll rely on yards after the catch. They have great downfield blocking. That was just a 7 or 8 yard pass. He took it the whole length of the field. What a touchdown for Henley to get back within 2 scores. And if you watch the stream, an official took a shot. Did you see? Oh, he took a shot. If you're able to see that, just an unfortunate run into a defender there. But the touchdown's all good for Henley.
Henley with a PAT, and that's through the uprights. That's good, making it 14-28 with 49 seconds left in the second quarter. So Thurston's got a bit of time to work with, under a minute, and they'll have to keep that clock stopped.
Yeah, Henley, the last couple of seasons, we've seen them. They're really good at scoring under 2 minutes. They can score in a hurry, and they did on that possession. So that's something we're kind of used to seeing, and that gets them back in this ballgame.
Yeah, so Thurston will only have 1 timeout left for this drive, and they'll have 49 seconds to do so. So I'm expecting trying to catch it out of bounds a lot like they do so well.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of field position they get. If Henley can pin them deep or maybe force a touchback, that would be a good start.
So Henley to kick off. So Henley will receive it at half, so it's a great thing that they scored, and they'll try to hold Thurston here. Kick is deep, down to the right corner of the field. Thurston will bring it up to the 20, and that's where they're brought down. What a play. fumble on the play, but I think they'll call a forward progress for Thurston here. So Thurston will start from the 21-yard line.
I think that was Fullerton on the tackle.
It's hard to see these numbers.
Really good tackle. That was an important tackle on special teams. He got down there fast. He was the first one there, and he was able to make the play. Well done.
Yeah, so like we were talking about, Henley was able to pin Thurston here with some pretty bad field position to start. Got a long ways to go until they reach the end zone.
They've got 42 seconds and one timeout.
So Thurston still leads 28-14. Henley receives at half, and they've got about 42.5 seconds to make this touchdown. And Thurston will take the knee here on this play. There's a flag thrown.
Let's see what they're doing here. They may be happy with their lead. They may take it into halftime.
Well, with their field position, I wouldn't want Henley to get a fumble recovery or a pick six here and then receive at half.
That's certainly one way to look at things. They're going to call a timeout and talk about it.
Okay. Little things can add up to big bills when buying, selling, and owning a home. Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sales Guarantees protects buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. The mission of Pacific Power Foundation is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through the charitable investments. Over the past 5 years, the foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations.
Henley with a nice chance to put an end to this half, down 2 scores, and then as we mentioned, they'll get the football first in the second half.
Yeah, and they've got Thurston down at the 15, starting with a lot of field left.
I think they're just going to run the clock out. Yes.
Yep.
They may have to snap it one more time.
So they'll try and take us into the half without risking anything. As we were talking to the head coach for Thurston earlier before this game, he was talking about how good the Henley defense is and how wary they are of that secondary and the linebackers.
Yeah, Henley has a formidable defense, and Thurston just played a very, very good offensive game so far, but Henley's in it, and we're going to have a good second half.
Okay, so at halftime, Thurston leads 28-14 against Henley. We'll be right back on 104.3 and 960 Sports on mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
As a parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Welcome back to Henley Football. This is the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles. We feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. So, Thurston leads 28-14 here at the halftime. What did you notice?
What a fun game. Okay, we're seeing two well-coached teams. I'm really impressed with both coaching staffs, some good athletes. We're seeing a lot of really good football out there. I'm really impressed with Thurston's ability to pass the ball to the short game and the intermediate game. They're very effective, very efficient, and that's been giving Henley some trouble. But Henley's made great adjustments, and they've really played well. They've turned up the heat on offense, playing a lot more aggressively, throwing the football. And I think the success for the second half, the team that can give their quarterback time will probably win the game because both quarterbacks are very good. Their receivers are very good. If you can get those long passes downfield, you're going to make up some ground. So Henley's going to get the ball first, see if they can get a quick opening touchdown and keep this game close.
Yeah, I agree. I think both teams are definitely well coached and well balanced. We saw Thurston, their quarterback, very smart. He scrambled for a lot of yards there, something that we see from Janie. I think these two teams are pretty similar.
They are similar, and they have good athletes. And you know, it's kind of a cliche. You always say it, but you know, you just want to get better. You want to get better every quarter, every game, every play. And I think Henley, we've seen that in both games. With Marist, they were markedly better from when they started, and here in game number 2, I just think they're getting better and better as well. And I'm looking forward to the finish.
I think it's worth mentioning. This is only Henley's second game. This is Thurston's 5th game. So Thurston's got some experience on them in both the coaching aspect and players. So I think Henley is definitely sizing them up a little bit, trying to feel them out. So I think coming out into the second half, we'll see a little bit more of a focused game plan here from Henley.
Yeah, we'll see some adjustments for sure. That's one thing. Henley's very good at making adjustments. Since I've been back watching them play, they're very good in that halftime locker room. So I'm anxious to see what they do here in the third quarter.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we'll be right back on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley Football. This is the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles. We feature the top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercises class. So we bring you tonight's coverage from Thurston High School out in Springfield, Oregon. Thurston leads 28-14. I'm Walter Hartley alongside Kevin Petrick. And yeah, great game so far.
Yeah, I'm excited for the second half. We've got some other Basin action tonight. I can give you a couple scores. Cross Point now leads 36-0. That's in the third quarter down there at Tule Lake. And then the halftime score, the last update we have, Sisters leading Mazama 14-6.
Okay, so in team standings in the Skyline Conference, Marshfield is number 1 overall because they've played 3 games. They are 3-0 overall, outscoring their opponents 135-52. Henley is in second in the Skyline Conference, 1-0, and they've outscored their opponent 33-7. Mazama, North Bend, and Hidden Valley round out the Skyline top 5. And in the 5A Special District 4, which is the conference that Thurston is in, Thurston is first, overall 3-1, and is 2-0 in their league play. They've outscored their opponents 102-58. Churchill is 4th in this conference, North Eugene, then Crater, and then Springfield. So according to the coaches poll in all of 4A, Cascade is first, Henley is second in all teams in 4A, according to the coaches poll. Number 3rd is Tillamook, number 4th is Caboose, and number 5 is Staten. For 5A coaches poll, which is the division that Thurston is in, number 1 is Summit, 2nd is Mountain View, 3rd is Silverton, 4th is Wilson View, and 5th is Dallas.
Yeah, the coaches know, I think, what they're looking at with Henley. I think Henley's going to be a top 5 team, all year. They were impressive last week, and they're playing very well tonight against a very good 5A team. So I expect them to stay high in the polls, at least for the next few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful night for football here. It's 69 degrees and clear. It's expected to go down to 65 at 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's nice. And at kickoff, there weren't as many people as I thought would be here, but by the end of the first quarter, this place is full. We've got the band, we've got cheerleaders, a good Henley contingent in the bleachers across the way. So it's a good night. And of course, there's a little game here tomorrow, also in Eugene, Beavers Ducks. So a lot of people talking about that one as well.
Yeah, the Beavers are 0-3 and the Ducks are 3-0. So it's going to be an interesting game to watch for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
As a parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the Basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Welcome back to Henley Football. This coverage is brought to you from Thurston High School in Springfield, Oregon. Thurston leads 28-14 at halftime. Henley, we just saw score, and then Thurston decided to opt to go into halftime, and then Henley will get the ball back when we come back.
Yeah, Henley will start things off, getting the ball in the third quarter. You know, we didn't see any. I'm impressed by these teams. I keep saying this, but we haven't seen a turnover. The teams have played clean. We haven't seen a fumble, interception. Henley did turn it over on downs one time early, but really some good football. Not a lot of penalties, just a lot of hard hits, and just the kind of game you want. It's just really a good Week 3 game in high school football.
Yeah, it's a great game. 2 great teams. Exactly what you want to watch on a Friday night.
Yeah, for sure.
So Thurston's got a great home field advantage here, I'd say. They got a very loud band.
You know how loud the band is? We can't even hear Coach Stork in the coach's box. Usually he's easy to hear, but we're hearing music tonight.
Yeah, they've got a great filled-up student section, and Henley usually plays on grass, but this Thurston field is turf.
Yeah, this is also good for Henley to play on turf because they'll see this a lot throughout the season. We'll travel to Mazama later on, a lot of other teams, so it's good to play on this surface. In the playoffs, you'll almost exclusively play on this surface, so it's another good thing for the Hornets tonight.
Yeah, so Henley usually has very good fields in terms of grass. It's beautiful to be out there on the field, in their baseball field as well as their football field. They take really good care of their facilities there.
Yeah, Henley's got a nice facility, and Henley's got a terrific home field advantage. Teams don't like traveling down there. Play on the grass, you play in the cold. Sometimes the weather's a little tricky, and it's kind of in the far reaches of the state. So Henley's got a nice home field, but it's also good when you can travel in a game like this, play on the road against a good team.
Yeah, so looking at last game, we mentioned that Henley defense forced 11 punts. So far this game, I think they're playing great defense against Thurston.
They are playing good defense. Thurston's offense a little more skilled than Marist's was last week, and we're seeing that. As we mentioned, the receivers on the outside, the quarterback play has been very good. So it's a little bit more of a challenge. That's why they gave up 28 points. But you're right. They're playing well, and they're staying in this game.
Yeah, and last game against Eagle Point, Emmett DiStefano, had a completion rate of 61.5% on 145 yards. This game, I think he's throwing just as well.
Yeah, you can see that their skilled players have big numbers, and we're able to see tonight why. They're very good, and they move the football. When they get on a roll, they're very hard to stop. Henley's been able to throw in a couple stops the last couple of possessions, and so they hope to continue that on here in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're about 2 minutes from kickoff. Teams are just warming up.
Beautiful night, as we mentioned. It's going to stick around in that 69 to 64 degree range there. Great for the players on the field.
Yeah, we're in September. And you'll be thinking a little different when we get to November, but it is very nice tonight. We've had a lot of those November specials. You get about 45-degree rain, and that happens sometimes, but no, it's almost perfect tonight.
Yeah, when it got a little cold back at Henley last week, we noted that it gets a little bit harder to catch those balls as the temperature drops. And so it's going to be great to have a good temperate climate to play in tonight.
Yeah, and you know, quarterbacks and receivers, they'll work on that because weather does play. It does play a factor in these games as the season moves forward, but none of that tonight.
And I think this is a great learning experience for Henley early in the season to play against a 5A team like Thurston, who's ranked number 8th in state in the 5A division. I think, as we mentioned, they made it to the state championship last year. If they're going to make another run, they'll need that experience and that big gameplay.
Right. Yeah, and Henley's done this before. Henley had a game last year with Summit. Very competitive. I think Henley dropped that game, but went on to make it clear to the state championship. So these are the games you need, and Henley's got a very good program.
Okay, so we see both teams taking the field. Henley will receive, and it's only a 2-score game so far. It's anybody's ball game.
I have one more score I want to add here. Lost River is at home tonight. They're playing Gold Beach. Lost River leads 30-8 at halftime.
Okay, Constanza to kick it off for Thurston. It's high and deep. That's fielded at around the 2-yard line. It's brought up to the 11, and it's fumbled. They'll have to fall on it, and they're going to start it around the 11-yard line.
Yeah, we talked about no turnovers, and that was almost one there. Credit Jesse Smith. Heads-up play, fell on the football, kept the ball for the Hornets. And they'll have to start deep, but at least they do keep the ball. Good heads-up play from Jesse.
28-14, Thurston leads Henley with 11:53 left in the third quarter.
We'll be looking here to see the pace, see if Henley picks up the pace at all, or if they kind of slow things back down. And we'll see if they stay aggressive passing the football.
Okay. So Henley will start it around the 11-yard line. They're starting the third quarter. They're only down by 2 scores. See what kind of tweaks they made at halftime. Henley in shotgun. Janney snaps the ball, goes back to pass, fires over the middle. It's a bullet, and it's caught anyways. That's Kai Montag for Henley, and that picks up the first down.
I think that was Bakke, number 7 there in the middle, and that was a good play-action pass. Henley opened the game with a play-action, and it worked just enough to get him open in the middle, good enough for a first down.
Yeah, as we mentioned last game, Henley only threw 4 times, but this game they seem to be throwing a lot more as Thurston has been able to kind of stop the run game a little bit for Henley.
Yeah, the passing game has been much more successful tonight.
And it's great when you have a quarterback like Janney who can run but also throw.
Right.
I know a lot of high school quarterbacks that are one-dimensional. Janney's a great quarterback for Henley. They'll hand that one up the middle. That's Brunick, and he'll pick up about 2 yards, making it 2nd and 8.
That was Trapper in there. Walter Trapper Kundle starting the third at running back. The numbers are kind of hard to see, that yellow on white.
Yeah, especially in the floodlights.
Yeah, but yeah, Trapper, not much room in there. Good hard run, but he just picked up a couple. Bring up 2nd down.
Okay. Henley will come out with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Janney is accompanied by Brunick. Send a man in motion, he'll snap the ball. Janney rolling out to his right, he's got pressure. Motions to his receiver to switch his route, and that's broken up by Camden Nosek.
That was good defense. He was beat for a second, but had a good recovery to get back and knock that ball down. Janney that time made a quicker decision to get out of the pocket. I think that's a good decision. Don't wait quite as long in there. If you feel pressured, get outside. And he was almost able to complete that pass. So a good play, but not quite executed. And that will lead up to a 3rd down and 8.
10:24 left in the 3rd quarter. Thurston leads 28-14. And Henley will have a big 3rd down conversion to face. The send a man in motion. Janney rolls out to his right side. Looking for more time. He'll throw on the run. Beautiful throw. Just a hair overthrown. And that's incomplete.
He was open. Shively had a couple steps. That play worked. It kind of fooled the defense just long enough to get him behind the defense. And the ball was just overthrown.
That's a big play that you want to see connected. However, Henley will punt it now.
Yeah, that was a big play there. They had the right play dialed up, just couldn't make it happen, and they will punt the ball away.
Janney back to punt for Henley. He'll have a lot of field to work with, and it's a line drive. Fumbled, and he'll fall in it around the 30.
That was almost another fumble. Henley almost gave it up on the kickoff, and he was barely able to pick that up. I think was that Brody Baker back there?
I believe so.
He did a good job covering it up.
So Thurston will start at around the 30-yard line with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead 28-14. They're up by 2. Looking to put another one over on Henley.
Yeah, let's see what they do. Let's see if they play a little more conservatively since they have the lead, or if they decide to keep throwing those mid-level passes, 5 to 10 yards. That's worked for them so far.
So those start at the 30 with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And they'll hand that one off to Fisher, who brings it up 15 yards up the middle, and they'll start it around midfield to have it 1st and 10 around midfield.
That was a nice run, good vision. He was able to cut that through the line and kind of back toward the middle, and Kundal made a saving tackle. Would have went for a touchdown.
Stefano snaps the ball, hands that one off to Gray, and he's brought down around the 3rd-yard line. Or, excuse me, he'll pick up around 3 yards down at around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Thurston has a number of running backs. They'll shuffle 2 or 3 or 4 guys in there. They have a good core of running backs. That's a good 1st down carry. They picked up 5.
Well, I'm sure we've mentioned this before, but when you're looking at big runs up the middle, the offensive linemen really matter a lot, and switching up the backs, it matters too, but it's mainly about opening up that hole in the front line there.
Yeah, sometimes you find a back that likes to have a rhythm and have a lot of carries, and sometimes you want to have rested guys that come in and rotate.
DeStefano hands that one off to Gray again. He'll pick up around 2 yards, bring up 3rd and 3.
That was better run defense from Henley that time. Only gave up a couple of yards. And we'll look at 3rd and short.
So about 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left in the 3rd quarter. Thurston leads 28-14. And they'll line up in shotgun, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Gray accompanies DeStefano. They'll hand it off to Gray. Goes up the middle. And looks like they've got that first down.
Yeah, really close, but I think he's going to make it. That will be a first down. And I like Thurston. Now they're running the football exclusively. You don't know. I like when you don't really know what to expect from an offense, and both of these teams are good at that. Thurston hasn't thrown the ball yet here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we saw Henley almost exclusively run it last week, and this week, or in this half, they've almost thrown it.
Right.
DeStefano snaps the ball, hitches, throws it long off the hands of Felipe.
Yeah, Shively had good coverage back there. He got a little push at the end of that route, and he made some space for himself. That was Felipe back there, but it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up a second down. They're letting him get away with a little push in both teams. It's been a lot of contact on those long routes tonight.
I think contact is exactly where Henley excels. They've got some pretty big boys, and they're a tough team. They've got grit. Thurston, DeStefano will hand it off. That's Fisher. Brings it up the left sideline to the 15-yard line. And that's a Colts first down. And they'll be deep into Henley territory.
Yeah, that was a big run. And Henley not able to keep those borders on those sides, not able to contain. And you let those runners get around the outside, they're going to pick up a lot of yards.
Okay. DeStefano puts a man in motion. Rolling out to his right side. He looks downfield, fires over the middle. That's Bonar. And he's tackled around the 10-yard line. Pickup of around 5 or 6. I'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, there's that little crossing route again. Just kind of drag across the middle, find a gap, and just drag across the middle, and he's open. And it's good for 5. Second down.
2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line. Thurston in a good position here to score. They'll hand it off to Fisher. Goes up the middle. Gains around 3 yards, making it about 3rd and 2.
Thurston now just kind of moving the ball methodically, just getting little chunks at a time. This will be a big third down here.
So Thurston leads 28-14 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third quarter here. Thurston, like we talked about earlier, clock management, running almost exclusively, trying to keep the clock moving as they're up 2 scores, looking to make it 3. They'll line up in shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Fisher in the backfield with DeStefano. DeStefano rolls out to his left side. He's feeling a lot of pressure, floats it up to the back of the end zone. That's caught. It's Bonar with the catch. And they'll call that one a touchdown. Touchdown, Thurston.
Another incredible catch. We've seen incredible touchdown catches last week and this week. That one was thrown in the far corner of the end zone. He had to go up and make a grab and then get that toe down. It was great body control. Caught the ball away from his body. What a great touchdown catch for the Colts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's about a 11-yard throw, 20 in the air.
Really,
to the back of the end
really
zone.
Nice work by the receivers.
The PAT is good. That makes Bagwell 5 for 5 this game. All right, we'll be right back on 104.3 and 960 Sports on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back to Henley football here in Springfield, Oregon. They're facing the Thurston Colts. Thurston leads 35-14, and the kickoff is underway. Henley will field it around the 15-yard line, bringing it up to the 30, and they'll have decent field position to start their drive.
Well, Henley back down by 3 scores now. They'll have to try to play catch up again. They had a pretty good series of plays called on that first possession. They just couldn't execute. Let's see if they can do that again.
Yeah, so Thurston made it a 3-score game, 35-14. Now Henley will have to play some catch up here, try and chisel away at that lead. And they passed almost exclusively last drive. We'll see what they aim to do here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Janney back to pass, a hitch. He finds a man, and that's down at around the 48-yard line. That was Kai Montag.
Montag with a nice deep crossing route. Janney with a good throw. Well, good enough for a first down. Good game.
Yeah, and we saw Montag with that the first touchdown for Henley, making another great reception over the middle there. And that'll get him past midfield. We've only got halfway to go now. Henley lines up in shotgun, send a man in motion. That's handed off to Brunick, finds a lane up the middle, makes it to the safety, and that's about 12 yards. Another great first down for Henley.
Good run by Jerry. We've seen that a few times now. When Henley's successful with a deep pass, that opens up the running lanes. Coach Pashy and Coach Green calling good offensive scheme, mixing it up a little bit, and that was good enough for a first down as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got great Henley 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 7 seconds running in the third quarter. Thurston still leads 35-14. Janney gets the snap, back to pass, evades a man, rolls out to his right to pass, fires over the middle, and is just a little bit too high for Montag to get.
Yeah, that was a good play by Janney. He really had nowhere to go. He threw a safe pass in the middle, but he didn't see that rush till late. He almost got sacked, but was able to get out of there. So really a good effort from Joe in the second down.
Yeah, it's great that he's got that athletic ability because it allows him to extend plays and make them a little bit longer, wait for a receiver to get open and hit them. Henley in shotgun, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Little trips action. Janney back to pass, looks downfield, hitches, plants his feet, throws a big one, and it's incomplete, intended to receiver Kai Montag.
Let me see that. I think that was Connor Shively down there. Let's check his number. But another tough break. Janney delivered that ball right where he needed to. That would have been a sure touchdown. Just couldn't hang on. And it's third down. Henley just needs to be more consistent. They're calling the right plays. They have people in the right spot. You just got to get that third part of the equation, and you just got to finish the play.
Yeah, they're running the plays well too. They just, like you said, it's that finishing part. You run a great route, you can't drop the pass. You make a great move, can't miss. Janney back to pass, looks over the middle, plants his feet, throws into contact, and that's caught almost first down. And they'll say that he got it on forward progress.
That was a nice try. Who was that over there? Was that Reyes?
Can't see.
Good comeback. Right, went about 12 yards. He came straight back to his quarterback. Got a good hard throw.
Yeah, he caught that in the air. Was kind of tackled and was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, well done.
Great play. So Henley will have it at around the 25-yard line. Thurston still leads 35-14 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Janney snaps the ball. Quarterback keeper up the left side, finds a lane, dragging defenders. He's down at the 5-yard line, and that's a first down for Henley. Gain of 19.
We haven't seen that tonight, and that's what happens when you can pass the ball successfully. Joe kind of faked that handoff, kept it for himself, and was able to pick up a lot of yards on the inside. It'll be first and goal.
Yeah, we were kind of waiting for that play to happen. We were like, oh, when's Janney going to break away? And that's when he did it.
Yep. He showed his speed on that play.
All right, so they've got one receiver out wide to the right, one to the left, and they'll hand that one off. Punches it through the middle. That's Brunick, and they'll call that one a touchdown. Touchdown, Henley. Makes it a 2-score game again.
Good drive again from the Hornets. They're just hanging around in this game. You just want to get close, get to that fourth quarter and take your chances, and they're back to within 2 scores.
Brunick's second touchdown of the night. First one was a little screen play down on the right side of the field here, and the second one he punched it in for the touchdown. And that'll be Reyes looking to kick it in for Henley's extra point attempt. And it's good.
Special teams playing well tonight on both sides. We made all the extra points.
Yeah, absolutely. The kicker for Thurston, Bagwell, he's 5 for 5 tonight. And I believe Henley's made all their extra points.
Yeah, the teams are perfect. Yeah, they're perfect kicking the football tonight.
So it's 35-21. Thurston leads Henley here with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third quarter.
So time is a little bit of a factor.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting.
Welcome back to Henley football. Henley just scored, making the score 35-21 with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third quarter, excuse me.
That's okay.
Kick is high and away. That's fielded by Bonar, who brings it up the right sideline down at the 20-yard line. Excuse me, that was Baker on the play. And a great special teams play for Henley again.
Yeah, that was a good tackle. And as we were saying, at times a little bit of a factor. What you don't want is to give up a long drive that takes a lot of time, because if you get down by 3 scores midway through the fourth quarter, you have a little bit of trouble. So you want to get off the field in a hurry here if you're Henley defense and try to stop that offense. The Henley defensive backs, they're just a little outsized, I think, tonight, because they're making some really good catches in the back of the end zone. They've had to be circus catches, a couple of them really close to having those toes on the line, but Henley's playing very well. Just a little few key parts need to execute just a little bit better, and they can make a comeback here.
DeStefano takes the snap, hands it off to Fisher, who brings it up about 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line. Yeah, as you were saying, they've got some great receivers on the Thurston end there, making it work for them. And they've kept it balanced on offense tonight as well. Fisher running a great game, averaging about 4 or 5 yards per carry. And then also they've been able to get great breaks with their receivers on the passing end.
Yeah.
Thurston snaps it to DeStefano and handed off to Fisher, and he's brought down at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1, bringing up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that's a good time for a tackle for loss. Henley defense getting good penetration in there, making a quick tackle.
So 3rd and 7 for Thurston. Henley playing great run defense tonight. they've had a lot of they've forced a lot of third downs out of Thurston. Thurston's just been able to convert the majority of those third downs. DeStefano rolls back, finds a lane, scrambles upfield, and is tackled at around the 39-yard line. That's enough for a first down, although there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's a late flag. This will be important. We'll see what this is. Because it was a first down. Officials having a pretty lengthy discussion about this. I didn't see the foul, so.
I didn't either. Might have been holding. There was a pretty big hole open for DeStefano to scramble out of. Personal foul on Thurston. Did you catch the number?
There's a personal foul on the offense. I didn't see the play, but it came in late. It came in almost as the tackle was being made. So,
you think it was some verbiage there that they didn't like?
I don't know, but it's a huge break for Henley. Rather than give up a first down, they're going to back it up and make it 3rd and more than 10.
3rd and 12.
Yeah. Good break for the Hornets.
Yeah, so about 3rd and 12 with 1:58 seconds left in the third quarter. Thurston leads by 2 scores, 35-21.
See if you can apply some pressure to that quarterback. This would be a good time to do it. Oh, well, let's see here.
Why is it first down?
My bad. You know what? They may have awarded him the first down, and then the flag came in after the play, so it would be first down. They're still talking about it, but there's even more confusion down there. If the penalty was after the play, then the first down would count. They'll back it up 15, and it'll be 1st and 10, and that's what's going to happen.
Okay. So, okay. Thurston lines up in shotgun. They'll hand that one off, and he'll make it up to around the 22-yard line. That's Fisher with the carry. 2nd and 6.
Another good stop. Henley's been able to contain the run a little bit better on this drive, only giving up 3 or 4 yards a shot. That's 2nd down.
2nd down. Thurston lines up in shotgun. Fisher accompanies DeStefano. DeStefano rolls out to his left, looking downfield. He's got a man open. He finds him. That's Felipe. Trucks him in, keeps his feet moving, and he's down at the 40-yard line. First down and more, about 20 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a Colts first down on the 40-yard line with 1:18 left in the third quarter. Thurston still leads 35-21.
Yeah, Thurston putting a drive together, and DeStefano just get a little too much time. When he has time to scour, scan, look around, he's able to find somebody open.
Yeah, he is able to keep that play alive, extend it a little bit, and hit a man downfield, and that resulted in a 20-yard first down for Thurston. DeStefano snaps it, hands it off. That's Thomas with the carry. Excuse me, that's Cruz Gray on the carry. It's about 8 yards on the play. 2nd and 2.
Janney and Hart on the tackle for Henley.
So a couple of back-to-back great plays for Thurston. The clock is still running. It's 35 seconds and counting in the third quarter. Thurston still leads 35-21. Thurston will line up in shotgun. No receiver to the right. All of them to the left. Fake the handoff. He's got a man deep. And the pass is broken up. That's Shively with the defense. I thought he was beat.
That was a great recovery. Sometimes you'll see that defensive back gets beat, but if you're quick enough, you can get back there, and that's exactly what happened. He got back there in time to make the play. And that was a good old-fashioned flood the zone that time, Walter. You noticed it. All the receivers were on one side. They sent everybody over there. And good defensive play from Henley probably saved a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great breakup by Shively. I thought that ball might have been a little bit underthrown by DeStefano. His receiver had his man beat, and he made his receiver come back, allowed Shively to catch up with his quickness and break up that pass.
Right.
So it's 3rd and 2 for Thurston. DeStefano lines up with Baker in the backfield. He'll roll out to his right side, catch Felipe at around midfield, and they'll say that's a first down.
Henry Ford met him as soon as he caught the ball. Good defense, but still enough for the first down. So good piece of defense, but they'll move the chains and probably end this third quarter.
Yeah, only 3 seconds left and counting. They'll just let it run out. All right, so that wraps up the third quarter. We'll be right back with more fourth quarter play here for Henley football. We'll be right back on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
What we saw there was DeStefano snapped it, hit his man, Bonar, on the play, and picked up the first down. Welcome back to the fourth quarter. I'm Walter Hartley alongside with Kevin Petrick. There's 11 minutes and 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thurston leads Henley 35-21.
Yeah, there's that play again we've been seeing all night, kind of a 12 to 15 yard out route. They've just been successful with that all night, that short passing game. And that was good enough for another first down.
Okay, so Thurston lining up in shotgun. They've got one man way out wide to the left. And they'll hand that one off. That's Gray on the carry. And he'll pick up around 9 yards.
Yeah, the Colts are doing just what they want to do. They're burning a lot of time. If they can end this drive with a touchdown, that's going to give them a pretty good chance to win the football game. So,
yeah, that'll put them up three scores, three possessions.
And you just run out of time if you're Henley. So see if that defense can get a stop.
DeStefano takes the snap, fires to his left side, looks for that screen play. They didn't find much blockage there.
Yeah, there was Henley defense was really all over that play. There was a huge hold on the near side, and there'll be a penalty.
Got a man on the field. Here we go. Looking for a great place to eat? Head to one of Abby's legendary pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin. 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shallock Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza, a proud supporter of high school sports.
A couple more scores. That game in Tule Lake is finished up. Cross Point winning 38-0. And Marist leading Seaside 35-0. We saw them last week. Next week we see Cascade Christian. They won 57-0 tonight against Siusla. Cascade Christian will be another good opponent. Last update we had from Mazama Sisters leading in the third quarter, 21-12.
Right. Both fields retaking both teams retaking the field.
That's what Henley needed there. They'll take whatever they can get. Penalty, tackle for loss. Got to stop this drive, get the football back. If they can do that, they're in the game.
It'll be 2nd and about 15 for Thurston this play. DeStefano takes the snap, rolls out to his right side. There's pressure immediately, almost a sack. He'll escape that one, run to his left side, down to the 25-20. Steps out of bounds at around the 20 and picks up at around 20 yards there. Great scramble from DeStefano. Henley really thought they had him in the backfield there.
Yeah, Henley went for the blitz there, and Jacob Bakke was right there. He made a good straight run to the quarterback, just let him slip away. And it's just kind of been that kind of night for Henley. Just big plays and pivotal moments they just can't quite execute. But good scramble from DeStefano and another first down.
DeStefano hands that one off. That's Gray with the carry. Makes it down to around the 15-yard line. That's good for 7 yards, 5 yards.
Gray's carried the ball a lot this half
for
Thurston, and he's done a nice job. Picked up 5 that time.
Well, we mentioned for Henley, it's one of those nights for them. We all have those nights. It's hard to come out to the gridiron after a full day of school and a 3-hour bus ride for a 7 o'clock night of football.
That's what the road games are all about. Yep.
It'll be a good experience for them. DeStefano rolls out to his right side, throws it across the middle, almost picked off. It is picked off by Henley. What a tip. It's tipped up by one Henley defender, and it's caught by the other.
That was Trapper Kundal caught the ball. It was tipped in the air and then caught. And they've been running that play all night, and Henley recognized it, and they jumped the route that time. Really smart defense. They needed to stop. They got the stop and were able to pick off the football with a key interception. Well done, and the Hornets will get the football back.
Yeah, they really needed that. Down 2 scores, 35-21, Thurston leads. They get the ball back, make it a 1-score game. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, good play from the Henley defense.
Yeah, big play from Henley there. We'll see what they can do to answer to that on offense. Got your defense makes a big play for your offense. You gotta stay true to that.
Henley's very good at scoring quickly. We've seen them do that, so we'll see if they can get a couple quick scores here.
Janey's got a big arm. Janey back to pass. He looks downfield, feels pressure, throws over it. A huge catch made before he steps out of bounds. That's Reyes with the catch over the shoulders before he went out of bounds.
He had to go full extension. He caught that completely away from his body on the sideline. What a really great throw and a great catch. And Henley moves the football for another first down.
So from the 20-yard line down to the 35-yard line, it's a great pickup. And after that huge interception they just had, it's a great way to respond on offense. They'll snap the ball, pitch to a man in motion. That's Reyes with that carry. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Taking advantage of the pass play. That time ran the ball very successfully. Picked up 6. And 2nd down.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back plays from Reyes. Wow. Okay, this time they've got 3 to the left, 1 to the right. They've got 1 man in the backfield accompanying Janey. Janey back to pass. He'll find a hole in the middle, scrambling forward. He'll find room, dragging a man to midfield, and that's enough for the first down.
Yeah, good work picking up the first down, getting out of bounds there. And he seems to do well tonight when he makes that decision quickly. Sometimes he can wait a little longer back there. You can get around those defenders. But tonight he's having to decide a little quickly, and it's working for him when he does that.
So So they stopped the clock at 8 minutes and 44 seconds. And Thurston still leads 35-21, but Henley has a chance to make it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter. Three out wide to the left for Henley, one to the right. Janney back to pass, looks over, lobs one up, it's good. Great pass, caught by 13, Brunick, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. What a play for Henley to make it a one-score game with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game.
Jerry's having a game. What a catch. He made a great cut at about the 20 and just turned that thing to the inside, and he was all the way in for the touchdown. Good scheme, good offensive play call by Henley that time. Put all the receivers on the far side. They had Brunick flare to the near side. Good for the touchdown.
They'll go for the PAT, and it's in. Oh, excuse me, he missed.
Just skipped to the left.
Missed that one. That's
no
a
good.
big one. All right, we'll be right back with more fourth quarter action from Henley football on 104.3 and 960 Sports on mybasin.com.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley football. Henley just scored to make it a one-score game, 35-27. Thurston leads.
Well, we said there were a number of things that had to happen. They had to get a stop. They had to score quickly. And they pulled through. So they were only one score down. What an exciting game. Good football game here tonight.
Yeah, what a great game. 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Close game into the fourth quarter. Great game like we said it would be. Henley kicks it off. It's up and away. Great kickoff. It's high, gives their team enough time to get down there, tackle him. It's fielded at around the 10-yard line and brought up to the 26. So Thurston will start at the 26-yard line with 8 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Henley defense doing their best when you need them to, and they're going to need to do it again. There's still 8 minutes, plenty of time now. They're only down by a touchdown, so we'll see what they can do. They're starting to recognize some of those routes and patterns, and they're starting to jump those routes a little more, and that's going to help them defend those passes. Yeah,
that's what happened last drive.
Yeah,
they got a tip, and a great play by Trapper Kundal.
Right. A little bit of pressure here would help too. Got to get to that quarterback.
Absolutely, and he's shifty too, which is going to make it a little bit harder on the defense. They'll hand that one off, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Jan's call said, "Not today." He ran right through. He tried to run right through him, but got nowhere.
Well,
good tackle.
Well, Jan's call is 275 pounds, 6'2", senior. That man is big, and I've seen him. He's athletic. I've seen him jump to warm up. I'm like, how can you jump like that at 275 pounds?
He did his job right there. Good stop, no gain, second down.
2nd and 10 for Thurston. DeStefano in shotgun, calls for the snap, back to pass. He's got pressure. He's rolling out to his right. He's definitely got pressure, and he's almost sacked. Just got rid of it in time, and that brings up 3rd and 10. What a good set of plays for Henley's defense.
Yeah, that was great. That time they kind of corralled DeStefano, didn't let him get out, didn't give him time to throw the way he wanted. He had to kind of just throw it away. Didn't have anybody downfield that was open. So another good defensive play. You're looking at 3rd down. This is the big play here with about 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, so we saw them stop run play, pass play. So great balance, great stops for Henley's defense. DeStefano back to pass again. There's pressure on him immediately. They do that screen play. He's almost tackled. He breaks 2 tackles and picks up the 1st down. What a big 3rd down for Thurston. That was number 8, Cruz Gray.
Yeah, Gray's having a good half. Just another situation. Henley just that far, just that close. They had a chance to make the tackle, couldn't do it. And he was able to slip through to get the 1st down and keep this drive alive. Under 7 minutes now.
They almost had him at the line of scrimmage there.
They did.
So Thurston will get a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Up 1 score in the 4th quarter. DeStefano will snap it, opt to keep it himself, and he's tackled after a gain of about 4.
Theron Tyler.
He got a full piece of Theron Tyler there.
Mega tackle right there. Good tackle, short gain.
WWE type stuff.
Yeah. Thurston's going to try to work the clock. They're not going to be in too much of a hurry. They'll run the ball when they can.
2nd and 6 for Thurston. They've got 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. They've got Gray in the backfield, and that's who they'll hand it off to. Up to the 45-yard line for a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Thurston.
He had a lot of momentum coming through the line that time, but Henley really made a good tackle, put a good stop, so he did not pick up the 1st down. And it brings up a 3rd down.
So clock is running at 5 minutes and 39 seconds. Thurston's still up a score, 35-27. And looks like they're just working on some clock management here, trying to run it out.
They're going to need to pick up a 1st down or 2. There's still a lot of time. This is the big play here.
Big 3rd down conversion for Thurston. Big, if they can get it, a big stop for Henley. DeStefano hands it off to, excuse me, I got excited there. DeStefano hands it off to Fisher, and he won't gain anything. That brings up 4th and 3, and they'll send out their punting team. Great stop for Henley.
I'm trying to see. I think that was Venegas with the tackle. And what a huge play. He just got a piece of that runner and would not let go. And the Colts are looking to give the ball back. They're in punt formation here at 4th down.
Well, we hear some Henley coaches yelling at them, watch for the hard count, because this is where so many teams, when they're undisciplined, don't watch the ball. This is where they mess up. Snap is good. Ball is punted high in the air. Received at around the 20-yard line, brought up to the left sideline, and they'll step out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. Flag on the play.
Yeah, everybody in the stadium, there was a pretty blatant push in the back that time, so Henley's going to get penalized about 15 for that. That's unfortunate. Probably didn't need to make that block. So they'll march off some yardage, and then Henley will get a chance. But they're still in a good spot. They're down 8. There's 4 minutes to go.
On the bright side, their defense just got them the exact stop that they needed.
Yeah. Defense and done the job when they needed to here in the second half.
And like we were talking about before, when I asked Thurston's coach anything to watch out for or anything that they're worried about, he said their defense. And he was exactly right about that. Great analysis of the Henley team. The defense is where they really shine, and they got that stop exactly when they needed it.
So we've got a good finish lined up here. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left to play. Henley down by 8. And they have a 1st and 10.
And the refs, after a long discussion, will, exactly like you said, bring Henley back a ways down to the 15-yard line. And they'll have some turf to work with here.
Yeah, they got a long field in front. But they'll need 2 scores to win the game. So they want to try to score as quickly as they can.
1 to tie.
That's right.
Or overtime, I guess. Janney takes the snap, goes back to pass. It's over the middle. It's huge pass. And it's caught just before he stepped out of bounds. That's Reyes with the catch.
They're starting to really connect.
What a play. The same play as last time, and it worked so well.
Yeah.
He was double covered, and he still made that play before stepping out of bounds. What a play for Henley.
Those are not easy throws. He's kind of rolling to his right and throwing across to his left on that far sideline, but he's putting the ball right where he needs to. Good catch and a good gainer for a first down.
Great connection for Henley. They got the stop. They got a huge gain on first down. This is a great game, folks. We're in the 4th quarter. They're down by 1 with the ball, looking to score. Janney takes the snap, looks to his right, a little bit too high for Brunick to catch. But that's okay, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're trying to find Brunick on a little swing pass to the near side. Kind of turned him around a little bit. I think he was expecting the ball on the other side. No harm there. Clock stops with 4 minutes to play.
Yes.
2nd down.
2nd down. And it's worth mentioning that they're probably trying to find Brunick because he's scored the last 3 touchdowns for Henley.
Yeah, he's having a great night. He's found the end zone a few times.
Henley and shotgun sent a man in motion. Janney, little screen play through the hands of Reyes. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Big 3rd down conversion for Henley.
Yeah, they've tried that little short pass to either side now, and it didn't quite work out. But I assume that they'll take 2 downs to pick up this first down. So
yeah, they've only, out of 4 downs, they've only gone through half of them. So
yeah. So we'll see if they go for the whole thing or if they try to get a majority of it on this play.
They've been passing almost exclusively this half, and it seems to have been working out for them, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. Janney goes back to pass, finds a hole. He's finding pressure. Big sack for Thurston. That's Cruz Gray, and that'll bring up 4th and long for Henley.
Cruz Gray doing things on both sides of the football. He's playing very well, especially the second half. Running the football exceptionally well, and that was a great tackle. Able to catch up with Janney, trip him up for a huge loss, and Henley now looking at a 4th down, just under 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, huge play for Thurston there. Relying in on him from both ends, like you said, Cruz Gray.
Henley will go for it.
Great game. Yeah, Henley goes for it with 3 minutes and 8 counting down in the 4th quarter. They're down 8, 35-27. Janney feels pressure, rolls out to. Janney rolled out to his right, tried to throw down the sideline, but he was kind of taken down by the Thurston defender there, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, he was forced to throw on a dead run right there. Just really didn't have a receiver open in his line of sight, and the ball was just underthrown a little bit. Tough break for the Hornets. They had their chances, but there's still a little time. They can still stop. They've got 1 timeout at least, I believe. They have 1, okay.
Yeah, they've got 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in this game. Yeah, Janney, he really tried that Patrick Mahomes throw there when he was kind of sideways in the air.
Yeah, he didn't have much of an option. He was being pursued. He was going to the ground, had to just do the best he could. And I would expect to see some runs here. Try to run the clock down.
Yeah, that's Fisher in the backfield with DeStefano, and they will hand it off to Fisher. He's got a big hole, and he'll go down and around the 20-yard line purposefully, it seemed like.
He gave himself up there.
They're trying to keep the clock running, I think.
I understand that, I guess. I'd take 7 points too, but
yeah.
I think he might have been able to score on that one, but he did. He took a dive, and he was short of the first down, so it'll be 2nd down and 1.
If I'm coach, I'm saying you could have at least gotten us the first down.
Well, they played very well offensively tonight. Thurston, they haven't done too much wrong.
2nd and short. They'll line up in shotgun. They've got DeStefano as quarterback, and then behind him, the running back, Fisher. They'll hand that one off again, except this time he's swallowed up by the line. Did he get that first down? And they'll say no. Timeout, Henley.
Yeah, Henley's going to use one of their timeouts. I didn't think they had used a timeout. They forgot to reset that in the first half, so they do have 2 left. So that will help their cause if they can keep them out of the end zone.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley football. We're here in Springfield, Oregon, at the Thurston High School. Henley's down 35-27, 1 score here in the 4th quarter. Thurston looks to run out the clock as Henley just took their last timeout.
Yeah, getting that first down, that really hurt the Hornets there. So they're going to get a fresh set of downs.
DeStefano snaps it, hands it off to Cruz Gray, who takes a hard hit at around the 20-yard line.
I think that was Jackson Hart with the tackle. Henley calls a quick timeout.
Excuse me. This is their 2nd timeout.
They have 1 left.
All right. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and assure you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Little things can add up to big bills when buying, selling, or owning a home. Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sales Guarantee protects buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable, not corporate. Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Okay. Henley takes the field. It's about 2nd and 9 for Thurston with a minute 57 left in the 4th quarter. Thurston still leads 35-27. And they'll hand it off to Cruz Gray again, shaking defenders. And he's just a truck down the middle. He'll pick up around 3 yards. 3rd and 5.
They're doing just what you would expect. They're running the football. Henley's using all their timeouts. They're probably a first down away from winning the game. It's 3rd down and about 5 coming up.
Are you a parent of a high school athlete tired of trying to take good photos and keep up with the action? There is a solution. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gift 2 on Facebook to learn more. The mission of Pacific Power Foundation is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable organizations. Over the past 5 years, the foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations. Elevate uses a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness, treating athletes of all ages since 2020. Okay.
Well, Henley's out of timeouts. So we'll see if they can stop Thurston from picking up a first down. They might get a look at the football again.
They need a fumble.
A turnover would be nice, yes. Yes.
Well, it's third down. I think if they go to 4, Thurston will go for the field goal. Their kicker, number 2, Bagwell, is 5 for 5 on the night. And that's handed off to Fisher. Keeps his feet moving and gains about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Janney in there to make the stop, and that was good work stopping Thurston from picking up the first down. So the clock continues to run. We're under a minute and a half now. And fourth down coming up.
Okay, so this is going to be about a 22-yard field goal. The longest they've made this season so far is 20 yards. Although I'm sure they have complete faith in their kicker, who's having a great night. As I mentioned, 5 for 5 is Hunter Bagwell, the senior.
Yeah, they probably haven't been in this position yet this year, but this would it'd be enough to ice the game if they did kick a field goal. And so now Thurston's going to call a timeout, and they want to line up and see what they want to do. It's fourth down. It's about 3 yards to pick up the first down. The ball's at about the 15.
Thurston, they're great showmen. They're keeping us fans in suspense here.
Yeah, this has been a good game right down to the end. Henley did a fine job staying in the ball game, making it interesting. And if the field goal is missed here, Henley's got a minute to go down and try to tie the game. So this game's not over.
Far from it. So as I've said, Hunter Bagwell, number 2, their kicker, senior, and 5 for 5 on the night. He'll look to kick this 22-yard field goal with a minute and 2 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter. It's blocked by Henley. What a play for Henley's special teams. And Henley will get it with 58 seconds left on the clock. 27-35. Henley has 27, Thurston 35. And they'll look to tie this game up and send it into overtime.
Yeah, sometimes that happens when you're not quite aggressive enough down the stretch. Something like a missed field goal, you turn the ball back over to your opponent, and now they've got a chance. They've got their work cut out for them. They've got less than a minute, and they're down 8. So they would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But this team can score in a hurry. We'll see how they do. It's exciting.
This is one of the best games I've ever seen in person. In person, at least.
Really impressed with Henley's drive in this second half. They just won't go away, and that's a great characteristic for a team to have, win or lose.
And as we've said, they're playing the number 8 ranked team in all of 5A in Oregon. Henley in shotgun. Janney gets the snap, goes back to pass, fires, and completes a pass to Reyes.
Well, he is looking for Reyes. I think it fell incomplete. The ball is a little bit short, hit the turf, but the clock stops at 51 seconds.
So 51 seconds to make it down 50 yards. 70 yards downfield.
That time they tried to just get a small chunk. They may have to stretch it out here on the next couple downs. Throw it deeper.
Talk about a 2-minute drill. What about a 1-minute drill?
Yeah, that's what they're looking at tonight. Yeah.
2nd and 10 for Henley. Janney gets the snap, goes back for a pass, feels so much pressure, and he'll lob that one down the sideline. Almost there was the defender for Thurston. No sack.
Yeah, that was a good time. You do not want to take a sack in that situation, and Joe Janney showed his senior leadership and poise right there and just threw it out of bounds. That's what you need to do. So stop the clock and take your chances on third down.
So 3rd and 10, 46 seconds left in the game. Janney alone in the backfield. They've got 5 receivers on the field, 3 to the left. 2 to the right. Great pass blocking from Henley. He rolls out to his left side, never mind, loses the football. It's fallen on by Thurston, and that's their first turnover of the game in a costly situation.
Yeah, you really can't fault Janney on that one. He was trying to make something happen. He really had nobody open down the field. Kind of kept the ball a little away from his body. They were able to knock it away. But what a good effort. What a good effort from the Hornets.
Yeah. I mourn whoever decided to go to the bathroom during that play. That decided the game right there.
They had to use all of it to pick up the win, but Thurston will win this one. They'll come out and run a play.
Run a play or victory formation?
Yeah, that'll be the one.
Good play. That was always my favorite to run.
Yeah. If you run a victory formation, you did something right. That's for sure.
All right, 36.5 seconds left on the clock, and yeah, Thurston will knee it. And that'll end the game, 35-27. Thurston beats Henley.
What a great football game.
Yeah, no, that was an exceptional football game. Had me on the edge of my seat till the very last minute. Great play by Thurston defense to knock that out of Janney's hands. And we'll be right back with more analysis of this game in 2 minutes on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley football. We just saw Henley lose a close game against 5A number 8 Thurston, 35-7. Great game. Had me on the edge of my seat the whole game, and I thought it was really good football tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be upset. I mean, I know Henley wanted to win. The kids are going to be disappointed. The coaches wanted to win. But what a great game. I mean, they played Thurston's going to be there at the end in 5A. They're a good team. And they've got a lot of talent. They're already ranked in the top 8. I think they'll only go up. So a good opponent, kind of a last-minute game set up on the road. I just really proud of the way the Henley kids came back. They almost won that game. They played really well down the stretch. They had their chances. I think what they learned tonight is they just have to execute a little more. When those big points in the game come up, you have to execute those plays in those pivotal moments, or it could cost you a game. Just a few missed tackles, a few drop passes, things of that nature. But overall, they played really, really well, and they're going to have to look ahead to next week. They've got another tough opponent, but hopefully the bus ride home will be a happy one. It's never fun to lose a game, but I just think they played really well.
I definitely think Henley's season is looking up after this game, especially with how close this game was on the field. The score doesn't quite tell how close it was. They were within one possession, one score, but I thought they definitely could have sent it to overtime, and I think the rest of the season is looking great for Henley so far, especially seeing this performance against a 5A top-ranked school like that.
Definitely. Henley had their chances tonight. That's the thing. They could have easily won this game. A few things go their way, they could have won. So it isn't like they were outmatched or couldn't play with this team. They were good enough, and just on the wrong end of a really, really good football game.
It's time for the Pacific Power Play of the game. The mission of Pacific Power Foundation is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable investments. Over the last 5 years, the foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations. So the Pacific Power Play of the game. I'm going to have to go with the Brunick reception.
That was mine. Yes, I agree with you. That he had a great night. Maybe his best night as a Henley Hornet. He had 3 touchdowns, but that was a great play. Ran a nice route, made that catch, and then that strong cut to the middle for the touchdown at a key point in the game, too. Henley was making a strong comeback, so I agree with you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. He caught that, and then it could have been down at the 20-yard line, but as you were saying, he cut back across, kind of gave that guy the move, and waltzed into the end zone for a touchdown. It was a very athletic play for Brunick, and that's mine as well.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back with our last segment of the game here on Henley loses a close one to Thurston, 27-35. We'll be right back on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Welcome back to Henley football. The final score was Thurston 35 to Henley 27. Close one possession loss for Henley with their season looking up. Huge thanks to athletic director Luke Hammond and head coach Matt Green from Henley. And both the athletic director and head coach, Justin Stark from Thurston. From Walter Hartley and Kevin Petrick, good night.